Most people believe, as I did for many years, that telling children that they are smart or beautiful or talented is a good thing. They think it will enhance their children's self-esteem, success, and happiness. It turns out, though, that such praise hurts our kids more than it helps them. Stanford psychologist Carol Dweck randomly assigned fifth-grade students to two groups. Students in both groups were given 10 fairly difficult, though age-appropriate questions, and they generally answered most of the questions correctly. After completing the task, participants in the first group were praised for their intelligence, along the lines of "you're so smart," while kids in the second group were praised for their efforts, along the lines of "you worked so hard." In the second round of the study, participants had to choose between taking a new test that was difficult and from which they would learn, and one that was a lot easier, in which they could do well. The majority of students in the first group, those who were previously told how smart they were, chose the easy test. In stark contrast, 90% of those in the second group, praised earlier for their efforts, chose the difficult test that offered them an opportunity to learn. In the third round of the study, students from both groups were given a test that was too difficult for them. Those previously praised for their intelligence were miserable as they struggled with the exam, while those praised for their effort actually enjoyed struggling and learning. As Dweck explains, when you praise kids' intelligence and then they fail, they think they're not smart anymore and they lose interest in their work. In contrast, kids praised for effort show no impairment and often are energized in the face of difficulty. Interestingly, when Dweck then gave both groups one final test with the same difficult level as the very first test they took, the smart students of the first group performed significantly worse than they did in the first round of the study. The hard-working students of the second group performed better than they did before. As this study demonstrates, being praised for one's effort rather than intelligence creates a mindset that leads to an embrace of new challenges, to greater enjoyment of those challenges, and finally, to better performance overall. Dweck found similar patterns among adults. Praising employees for their effort and hard work is more likely to lead to a higher job satisfaction, openness to feedback, creativity, and productivity. In writing, start by reminding yourself of the effort you put into achieving your goals, whether in school, at work, or in your relationships. In most success stories, whether your own or others, hard work is the key ingredient, and therefore it is the ingredient that needs to be highlighted and praised. Take a moment to appreciate the work that you put in to get to where you are today. Make a point of consistently appreciating your own efforts and to praise effort in others. Use something in the form of a bracelet or a written note or a message on your computer or smartphone to remind you to praise effort in your children or in your employees. It is very easy and enticing to fall into the trap of praising intelligence or beauty or talent, but we're not helping ourselves or the person we're praising when we do so. Wow, I put so much effort into creating this reflection.